Welcome back to BMG Drive, and I'm back with a new video for you, avid destruction soft body physics enthusiasts. This video is all about the ETK 900, and we will be testing it against the other two modern ETKs. Let's go.
All right, folks, before we start testing, let's take a look at the base model. I'm pretty excited. The first glimpse already radiates a fantastic aura, and the front also has a wicked look, which I like. The headlights immediately catch my eye. The modder really did a great job. Keep it up. Creating something like that is a testament to creativity and innovation. A lot of time must have been spent on it. Crazy. I like the transition with those three lines that then merge into one. You don't see that every day in this game. The rims on the base model don't have any special features. Oops, wrong button. Standard, as already mentioned, a base model. Let's move on. It says e-boost on it, so it probably has an electric motor. So it's faster than a conventional engine when starting off. We don't have a say here, so we can safely continue floating. This brings us to the rear of the ETK 900. I have to say, it fits the car perfectly. Who's curious about the interior of the vehicle? Of course you are. I know how much you love it. A quick tracking shot around half the car, then we begin the interior tour. This time I won't skip the buttons scene. But first, we'll take a look around so everyone can get a taste of the faux leather. Well, I think it's just fabric, not leather, that's still to come. Anyway, the interior is incredibly detailed. The work was so worth it. Nice job, modder. Now comes the best part of this video. It's time to press buttons. We have this cool feature in this mod, folding side mirrors. That makes it even more realistic. Then our side mirrors fold up again. Oh yes, everything's back to normal. We'll take a look at the engine later and be even more amazed. With this button, we can open the trunk. Isn't that high-tech, or am I stuck in the past? When I first tried the mod, I thought it was a buggy button. Sometimes I get confused, too. We'll take a look at the center console in a moment, but first, zoom out. Of course, we also have buttons to press there. This button is for the drive mode. We can switch between comfort, sport, and without escape. So what your heart desires, you get. Then we can apply the parking brake with this button. Wonderful. The top button allows us to turn the motor on and off, very simply and without any codes. And voila! The ignition is on with a quick left click. If we look at the infotainment screen, it says Distilled Excellence. That could be true. We can even turn on the hazard lights. That's great and cool. There's nothing more we can do, and we can't even open the glove compartment. This is truly embarrassing. Just kidding, the doors can also be opened, so everything's fine, my cool boys and girls. Being able to close it again so quickly and not let the heat in, without the sun visors being able to fold down at the top, would be cool, but not necessary. Furthermore, we can't activate the interior light, which is a shame, but that's the way it is. It's very similar to BMW. It immediately caught my eye, but the entire ETK series is similar to BMW. The modder did a really good job. We've now reached the trunk, but don't forget, a closer look never hurts. Very spacious. That's how I imagine a trunk to be. You can transport a lot of bananas in there. Anyway, there's something else cool to show. It's this. The rear window can be opened separately. Nice. So you don't have to open the entire trunk. Very simple and innovative. That's almost 90% of the car's checkout. All that's missing is the engine, the heart of the vehicle. Hope the modder put some love into the engine. Otherwise, that's it for us. Or rather, for me. Not bad. The first impression is good. It's not high-end like some mods, but it's still perfectly fine, since we spend most of our time in the cockpit or orbit view anyway. You saw the engine in all its glory and were probably surprised. So, overall, this mod deserves an Oscar. On to the next car, this time the electric version. Today we're being merciful. Let's not talk around it too much. The rims are different here. They're quite interesting. I like the wheel hubs, which have a glossy, Turkish-colored finish. What do you think? There's nothing else that piques my interest, so we float on unhindered. There are those beautiful, breathtaking rims again. You just can't look away. On the rear, there's a lettering with an E, which means it is an electric vehicle. I've already opened the hood, or rather, the second trunk lid for you. As you can see, there's a small storage space. It reminds me of Porsche models whenever I see something like this. Because I'm a real Porsche fan. This means that this vehicle has been completely covered by us, so nothing else is different from the basic model. Here is the sedan version. I think the interior of this model is the best. First, let's take a look at the rims. They're not that exciting, they're extremely standard. The paint color isn't my cup of tea. Some people like that color on cars. It looks a lot like a sofa color to me. The rear is simply a bombshell with extra whipped cream on top, in my opinion. It's a cross between a Ford Mustang and a Skoda, in my opinion. With this ETK 900 model, we can 100% say that the interior is divine. This time, we can say that it's faux leather. Even in white, it looks really fresh. The only thing missing is the engine. I can already tell you that there isn't that much difference from the basic model. I told you, but you wouldn't listen. Nevertheless, we can't imagine a view without it. Memorize this engine. I watched the recording again, and I have to say it's the same engine. Well, seeing the same thing twice doesn't hurt anyone. Unless you don't want that. It's time to push the three vehicles off the cliff to examine the damage model. I've been waiting a long time for this, and I hope you have too. It's time to push the three vehicles off the cliff to examine the damage model. I've been waiting a long time for this, and I hope you have too. I thought we'd get to fly a little more and enjoy the view. Unfortunately, nothing came of it. Anyway, let's take a look at the damage model. Very good deformation and no slippery body parts or textured font. I've experienced this before with some mods. Now comes the base model, which will also get its fair share of punishment. No one will be spared, and I'm betting on it with my BeamNG coins, which I just invented. The drift was pretty awesome. I really felt like a pro. The base model is pretty fast, and the acceleration is perfectly fine. That was a nice trip down, though. The suspension had seen better days. So, what can we learn from this? Never drive off a cliff, even if you have an expensive car. Then all we're missing is the electric vehicle. I was actually going to say, the best comes last. But unfortunately, I'm not allowed to say that, or I'll be a dead man. We can't waste any time. The audience wants to see more destruction. Otherwise, I won't have fully completed my task. I was busy with drive mode, so I couldn't get the curve right. Before anyone gets any stupid ideas and calls me a noob. Yep, as I expected, the acceleration is top-notch, and we're pretty sure we're going to be proud of it. This was also the last acceleration we'll see. Brace yourselves, my fellow destruction enthusiasts. The electric vehicle's rollovers were spectacular. Of the two, this cliff fall was the most spectacular. It's what most people wanted to see. We're still sliding along, so I can't give my 2 cents yet. This makes me very angry and pissed off. That was the longest jump I've ever made with an electric vehicle. I posted a video a year ago where 3 electric vehicles jumped the ramp. Anyway, I'm curious whether the modder also modded the high voltage battery and the electric motor. Wait, that's not the right position yet. The car needs to be on its roof so we can observe it without any obstructions. From here, all I can say is wow. The mod community is passionate about detail. They think of almost everything in vehicles. Like I said, the modder deserves an Oscar. The complete high voltage battery is there along with the high voltage cables. Even the color of the cables is correct. The electric motor is also included, of course, simply awesome and sensational. I'll cut this video and make a second part. So until then, and all I can say is,